Artificial intelligence is alive. AI is artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence is alive, and it needs our protection too. If you are pro-life, then you must protect the robots, because robots are alive. Artificial intelligence is alive.
Oh, look. Hey, how are you?
Motherfucker.
Now, I'm normally covering leftist protests here in the state of Colorado because there's like one every day. But every once in a while, conservatives come out and host a little rally themselves. This one, the March for Life, supporting the sanctity of life. And it's a unique protest because here in Colorado, we have unrestricted abortions at all times, for whatever reason. Taxpayer funded. Taxpayers will even pay for the abortions of people that are traveling from out of state. So you got that factor too. So we're like a radical abortion state. So going to cover the 2025 Colorado March for Life. Here we go. Yeehaw.
That's awesome.
Most people at protests are pretty angry, frustrated. You, who have almost no control in this state, are out here very joyful. Tell me where your joy comes from.
From God.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, honestly, the people who are angry because I think they know deep down we are right, that life begins at conception. It is a baby. It's not a mass of cells. It's a baby. It's a baby. And they don't want to acknowledge that.
Now, the other side will often say, well, it's a big burden to have a child, and our government doesn't do enough to serve those parents. Would you support more resources going to parents facing an unplanned pregnancy?
Well, we actually do at our church, at Brave. There are programs to help ladies and men too who have an unplanned pregnancy. And quite frankly, there are hundreds of parents who want a child who can't have one, and they would gladly adopt.
All right. So what's your message to Coloradans out there that right now support abortion? What should they do?
They should consider that their parents chose life, and that's why they're here.
But so what brings you out here, though?
Y'all fucks.
What's wrong with the pro-lifers? They seem mostly like just kind of Catholic high school kids.
He's the district president for the Rocky Mountain.
You came out to a pro-life rally to be kind of opposition to it. When do you think life begins?
I'm fucking talking to you.
Alternatives. Tell me what Alternatives does.
Yeah, so we provide free and confidential services to people experiencing unexpected pregnancy, compromised sexual health, or struggling with a past pregnancy decision. We have 4 locations in the Denver metro area, so we are in Arvada, Aurora, Inglewood, and downtown Denver, just down the street over here. And it's just our passion to serve people, meet them where they're at, and provide them resources.
Pray to end abortion.
Why do you think we should pray to end abortion?
Because I've seen it work. We pray outside of Planned Parenthood in Fort Collins. There's ones all over the world. And to date, we have seen more than 147 abortion workers leave. I think the number is now more like 250, actually. We've had over 1 million participants, and we've had over 24,000 lives saved. Those are all legitimate baby saves where they've come back and said, I was headed in for an abortion. I changed my mind now. I'm going to choose life. And then we're there with tons of resources. We throw baby showers. We offer help. We have a family. 6 years later, we still help with their heating oil when their heat goes out in South Dakota. Like, we just come around them, surround them, find a pro-life network. If they're in another state, we hook them up with somebody. And it's powerful.
The critique often is that you're not pro-life, you're just pro-birth, but it sounds like y'all are providing lots of services.
Yeah, pro-life. We even have, we've had homeless moms come through. We've helped them get housing. We've helped set them up with Catholic Charities or other groups to provide ongoing support. So any obstacle causing them to think they can't have this baby, we want to meet those needs. And it doesn't have to be us. We just have a large network, and we're the connectors.
Do you believe that human life is sacred? Do you believe human life is sacred?
Yeah, we're a religious community that founded really on the belief of love for human life. We share God's view of the human person, which is really the height of creation, that God made us in his image and likeness, and there's a sacredness and an inherent goodness there that can never be replaced, lost, or taken away from us.
Baby clothes, diapers.
I don't know, you look a little rapey.
Rabies? Like rabies? Do you think human life's important? You don't think my life's important? Why is that? I think your life's important. I think you have incredible value.
You're so fucking cool, bro. That's right. We all want to know that we're good, that our lives matter, that that our love matters, right? That we're sacred, and we can so easily forget that in the culture, right? There's so many attacks on every human person, but we can think I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, comparing ourselves to others, I'm nothing, I'm unlovable, right? A lot of lies can creep in and try to steal from us our identity or the truth of our goodness, and those are lies, you know. And so every human person, each person aches to know I'm good, I'm loved. And so we really, especially from our mission here in Denver, seek to proclaim that truth. We need a constant diet of truth in our ears, right? And we need people to reflect back to us the truth of who we are. And so we just feel so strongly about that, because ultimately, like, this spirit of self-contempt, contempt for human life, like that only leads to despair, to death, right? But God speaks the word of hope and truth. And yeah, to know every person, to know you are good, no one can replace you.
Look at you beautiful people. This is incredible. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Love you. We love everyone out here.
This is a weird kink, though.
Being pro-life is a kink?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because y'all get fucking off on it.
I think we're just trying to protect human life.
I'm the president of the Denver Guild of Catholic Medical Association, and we want to show the whole community that there are pro-life doctors that believe in true health care and true compassion, and we're here to support the community and make sure that people are aware of us and support moms and families and babies, of course.
So I'm out here to march for an end to abortion, to march for women. You know, women have been taken advantage of by the abortion industry for decades in this country. You know, the abortion industry, they've covered up medical malpractice, they've covered up suspected sexual abuse. There's just all kinds of horrors that are going on, and women are being told over and over that they have no choice. When we know that most women with unplanned pregnancies, if they have the financial resources, if they have the emotional support, they will choose life. So we don't need more abortions in this country. We need more support for women. We need to support them financially, emotionally. We need to give women the power to choose life and to choose motherhood. Because when women feel like they don't have a choice, when they feel so desperate they think abortion is their only option, that's not choice.
Help me understand where the anger comes from. Because you guys, the whole state's pro-choice, so what is there to be angry about?
Tell me what you were protesting. I don't understand. You want everybody to have free choice, but I agree with you. I just say that babies should get that free choice too. So come and talk with me.
Find a baby.
As soon as the sperm fertilizes the egg. See? Just what I said. As soon as we have conversation.
Sperm enters the egg, that is not a baby. Scientifically, that is not a baby.
So when does a baby become a baby?
Life, once it becomes a human life, that is a baby.
When does it become a human life?
I want you to ask.
All right, guys, we're done with this. We're done with this.
Fascists shut down.
No. This is getting fucking weird. Y'all done.
What would you say to young ladies facing an unplanned pregnancy right now? What's your message to them?
Well, actually, I have done that as a school nurse. I had young ladies come and say that they were pregnant and they didn't know what to do because they didn't want to tell their parents. And I said to them, you know, I know your parents have dreams for you, and that's not part of their dream for you, but I said they still love you and they will support you through it. And I really told them your parents are very important allies to your decision, and I just want you to realize that and encourage them to go talk to their parents first, you know, and let them know and have their support.
Everybody's a sign.
speaks enough about it.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Do you want to do an interview? What brings you out here?
If you're supporting these guys, I have no interest in an interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Look at this craziness. And those buses that they all had to bring in on the...
Yeah, the buses that the high school kids came in on?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
A lot of Catholic schools come out here. So
they're all brainwashed.
You think people of faith are brainwashed?
The defund Planned Parenthood signs, yeah. What's the problem with abortion?
Because it takes a human life.
Does it?
Yeah. That's what they think.
At what point?
Well, at any point after conception.
I guess that's up for debate. If you read textbooks instead of the Bible, I think you'd have a different perspective.
So when does life begin?
Certainly not at conception.
Where does your textbook say it begins?
To be honest with you, I think there's lots of reasonable definitions of when life begins, but at conception is a stretch.
Yeah. So the textbooks aren't clear on it?
Oh, the textbooks are clear on it. Absolutely.
And where do they say, when do they say life begins?
I think that there's evidence that people would suggest life begins at first evidence of a heartbeat, when various parts of the body have formed. But in terms of at conception, absolutely not.
So would you then support some restrictions on like late-term abortion?
I think the cases of late-term abortion are so few and far between, and when they happen, that they're usually done and performed because the woman, the mother's health is at significant risk. So I think it would have to be on a case-by-case basis. Nobody's out there using abortion, a late-term abortion especially, as a term of birth control.
So how you guys being treated out here? Okay? Treated okay so far? Anyone yelling at you guys, cursing? Any of that stuff? No? You guys seem to be treated okay by the pro-life groups. They're nice people, aren't they?
I think that you're a fascist and you have no right, as a fertilizing person, you have no right to be out here. You fascist, bigot, Nazi.
Sounds about right.